Here is a video tutorial of how to set up pfSense in an old PC. You should have an old PC, switch, and bootable flash drive that has pfSense on it. The flash drive that has pfSense must be plugged before you turn on the PC. You must know the boot key, and in our case, the boot key is F12. Turn on the PC, then click F12 repeatedly until the boot selection pops up. Then choose where you want to boot up. We chose USB storage device. Now it is starting to boot up, then continue with the installation process. Enter Accept, then Install. Continue with the default key map, then choose Auto UFS BIOS. Here you will be asked about the partitioning of your pfSense. Enter entire disk. A confirmation tab will show up before erasing your disk. Enter Yes. For partition scheme, enter GPT. Review the disk setup, then enter Finish. Another confirmation will show up before you proceed. Enter Finish, then choose Commit. Enter No, then Reboot. Remove the bootable flash drive to avoid repetition in booting up. After the system has rebooted, type 1 beside Enter an option to assign the interfaces. For No, type N. Enter the one interface name. You can choose either EM0, EM1, or A, but in this case, we choose EM0. For LAN interface name, you can choose EM1, A, or nothing if finished, but in this case, we choose EM1. To proceed, type Y. You will need another set of PC for you to access the GUI. These two cables are the internet, which are the ETPI and PLDT, while this white cable is used to connect the firewall to the switch. This blue cable is connected to the other PC for you to configure the pfSense. Now open the PC that you will be using for the configuration. Open your browser, then type the default IP address of pfSense. To sign in, type in the default username and password. The default username is admin, and the password is pfSense. The pfSense setup will be shown at first access, and then click the next button to proceed. To configure your hostname and DNS, click the next button. Label the hostname and domain according to your preferences. In this case, we use the hostname pfSense. And for the primary DNS server, put the IP address 192.168.1.1, then click Next. Change the time zone based on your country, and then click Next. If necessary, you can edit the network interface setup on the next screen. For example, we choose static instead of the default DHCP. Then after that, click Next. If there are no changes in the LAN IP address and subnet mask, just click Next. Then set a new admin web GUI password if you want to change the default admin password of pfSense. Click Reload to reload pfSense with new changes. Now pfSense was installed and configured successfully. Click Finish. Read the copyright and trademark notices, then click Accept. After all the process, now the pfSense was successfully installed.